Hi guys, Kerry here, and today I'm going over day 6 on my journey to get fit and lose weight. And I've been sharing with you my daily logs from Carb Manager, and I'm going to do that from yesterday. Yesterday was a little different than the other days. So, what I want to show you is that you can continue to eat foods you love, you can continue to go out to restaurants, but you do have to make better choices. And I'm hoping by going over the Carb Manager and my daily logs, it'll help you to get fit and lose weight. If you want extra help, you can click on the link below, sign up for a complimentary 15-minute coaching session. I'd be happy to talk to you. And if we think we can help you, and if you think it's a good fit, then certainly we can go to the next step, which is booking some coaching sessions and teaching you how to improve your health. So yesterday, if I look at my consumed numbers, so I want to start with that, 102 grams of protein consumed. So the protein has to go up. I'm still working on that. I'd like to get more protein, especially because I'm going to the gym, lifting some weights and want to get toned and more fit. So protein's going to be important, and I've been struggling with that this week, getting the numbers up. The numbers are still a little too low, but they are increasing. Fat, 148 grams of fat, and I'll show you where the fats came from. I'm happy with that number. Calories, 2404, 2000 is my target, so 317 over. I did eat more than usual yesterday. So that's something that I need to pay attention to. And then net carbs, 148 grams of total carbs, 22 of them were fiber, and which left me with 124 net carbs. Now, if I do the net value perspective, it's much different. And these are my net values because of exercise, basically, and activity. And I'll show you that right at the end here. If I look at my goals, these are net values. This is how I came in. Just a visual there by Carb Manager showing us rings. And then the net carbs for the week. How I'm doing yesterday, I was over, so that breaks the streak here. But I'm not too concerned about it, and I'll tell you why in a second. So for breakfast, what was different yesterday is usually I fast until 11 a.m. And yesterday was different because my father-in-law invited me over for breakfast, and he lives in a senior's place. They serve breakfast, so we were his guests, my son and I. So I was trying to be careful, but there weren't a lot of choices there. I had coffee with half and half cream. I had cottage cheese. Now let's take a look at cottage cheese here. Half a cup, 3.5 net carbs, 11 protein, 4.5 fat, 103, and that's in half a cup. It says keto grade friendly. This is something I may want to add into my diet on a more regular basis. Cottage cheese has really good protein, and if I want to raise my protein levels, this would be a really good way to do that. I still want to fast until 11 a.m., but after 11, eating some cottage cheese would be a really good idea. So even for a snack. So I'm going to go pick up some cottage cheese today at the grocery store on the way home from work. And you'll probably see some more entries with cottage cheese going forward. I ate melon. I know melon's a little better than other types of fruit, but still it says keto grade avoid. 7 net carbs in half a cup, 0.5 protein, 0.1 fat, 31 calories in there. I had steel cut oats. I think it was an eighth of a cup steel cut oats, 11 net carbs. That's pretty high. 3 protein, 1.5 fat, 80 calories. Brown sugar I had with that, 4.5 net carbs. I guess I could have skipped the brown sugar, but I had 1 teaspoon, 0 protein, 0 fat, 17 calories. I had some organic milk with that, and 15 milliliters. And so that was 1.1 net carbs, 0.4 protein, 1.5 fat for 19 calories. And then I had some eggs. They had some hard-boiled eggs. I had an egg and a half. It says friendly. So again, eggs are good. Whole or hard-boiled eggs, excellent. And 1.5 grams of net carbs, 9 protein, 7.5 fat, and 105 total calories. So for breakfast, these are the numbers I had. I shouldn't be eating breakfast because I should be intermittent fasting till 11. So I was over budget right from the get-go. I did have fun though, and sometimes it's okay to do that. So for lunch, what I had was some butter and kimchi. I did a video on this. I actually made a stir fry. I put butter in with some kimchi, which is really friendly and it's very good probiotic wise. It's a little spicy, which I like, and you may not like that, but the kimchi is a Korean cabbage, fermented cabbage type of food. And there was 3 net carbs in there, 1.2 protein, 0.3 fat for 18 calories. I did put tofu, and I bought extra firm organic tofu, and I put 2.1, 60 grams and 2.1 net carbs, 9.9 protein, 4.9 fat for 92 calories. I put some eggplant in there. And then I mixed in some kale coleslaw. I actually bought that. It's supposed to be a salad, but I mixed it into the stir fry, which really worked well. I used avocado spray. I used some extra virgin olive oil for healthy oil. Didn't let it heat up too much. It's not a good idea to overheat olive oil. It will smoke, and that makes it that can damage the fats, so you don't want to do that. So I was careful about that. And then I had some pistachios, and I bought a big bag at Costco. This will be a regular occurrence because I like pistachios and other nuts. So 20 grams, 3.3 net carbs, 4 protein, 9.3 fat, 113 total calories. So for lunch, 14.5 net carbs, 25 is the goal, 16.9 protein, 52. So have to up the protein. 40 fat, 58 was the goal, and 487 calories, 835 is the goal for that. So under budget there, but again, I had breakfast this day, so I wasn't as hungry, and the calories and nutrients got spread out between the 2 meals. For dinner, this was interesting because my wife and I actually went out to a newer restaurant in town, and it's a tapas type of restaurant. And I did look at the menu before I went, which is a good idea. But then when I got there, I was trying to make good choices and talking to my wife about what I could eat and what she wanted. And, we did pretty good. Most of the plates we shared. I did have white asparagus. That's what this is. And had a serving of that, 1.6 net carbs, 1.3 protein, 0.1 fat, 15 calories. So that's keto grade friendly. I had red peppers with some cheese stuffed in them. These are very small servings, so a quarter serving, because I shared that with my wife. 3.7 net carb, 5.2 protein, 3.7 fat, 62 calories. We shared a shrimp dish, so I had half the serving, 0 net carb, 12 protein. So that's excellent for me for protein. So shrimp is another thing that I need to increase, or seafood in my diet. 5.5 fat, 70 calories. I had a piece of baguette bread, which I usually don't. And it says keto grade avoid because there is a lot of carbs in that. 15.9 net carbs in a half a medium slice. That's a 4-inch by 2-inch by 1.3. So that's the dimensions of the baguette. I don't think my slice was that big. It was more like a 2-inch by 2-inch. I'm going to change this to half a serving because, I do have half a serving in there. Good. So yeah, that's more representative of what I ate. So again, lots of net carbs there. 3.4 protein, 0.8 fat, 87 calories. I had some green olives, 5 of them. They're healthy, keto grade friendly. I had some almonds. They have a lot of calories, but they also have good nutrition. 13 fat, 5.2 protein, 2.5 net carbs. So for dinner, with the tapas part, the main part, 23 net carbs, a little bit over my net carbs. Protein 27, wanted 39, 25 fat, 43 is the goal. 408 calories, 626 was the goal. So, and And then for dessert, what we had is we had cheesecake. So we shared the cheesecake, 2 ounces. Probably had, yeah, maybe 2 ounces. And it's, hard. You have to visualize it because you can't weigh it at the restaurant, of course. So 2 ounces, 16.6 net carbs, 3.1 protein, 14.4 fat, 206 calories. It's more than net carbs on this one. So again, not something you want to be doing on a regular basis. I did have 7 ounces of white wine, 2 small glasses, 5 net carbs, 163 calories, very little protein and no fat. And I had some Swiss chocolate. Those are those little dark chocolates you can get at Costco. That was later actually when I got home. And so I had 4 pieces, 7.4 net carb, 1.7 protein, 9.7 fat, and 131 calories. So that was that. So those were that was our meal, and then dessert, and then after when we got home. For snacks, what I had this was late in the day actually, just before the 7 p.m. kind of cutoff time. I had a sausage that I had left over from the other day. So it's keto grade friendly. I had a piece of soft blue cheese. I had Philadelphia smoked cream cheese, and I had keto crackers with that, 4 crackers. So that was one of my snacks that I had, and that was late in the day. I was still kind of hungry. And then I had black coffee with one of those, 2 of those Italian biscuits, so 2/3 of a serving, 2 pieces of the dark chocolate again. So the carbs were adding up for me throughout the day. And basically, that led to me going over. I did a lot of physical activity again, 82 minutes, 13,908 steps. So on the high end, definitely physically active right now. And that gave me the credit or deduction for net carbs, protein, fat, and calories. That's why there's brackets around it. But that was, it was a Friday. It was kind of a special day, going out to dinner, going and meeting my father-in-law for breakfast. So it was different than normal. And so you have to stay flexible, and you have to be reasonable with yourself, and you can't get too rigid, because then sometimes that'll lead to failing and feeling defeated with a diet or a change in what you're eating. So for water, I had more than enough water. I drank lots of water at the restaurant and throughout the day. Again, today I've been drinking a lot of water. I have it in this pinkish Starbucks cup today. So drinking a lot of filtered mineral water. So that was my day. Now the good news is I'm going to click finish logging. There may not be any confetti today because I went over with net carbs, but I want to show you guys something here on my goals and my 1 week goal. This is my scale syncing with the Carb Manager, and I've started out between 203 and 205 on this journey on August the 1st, 205.3. Today I was down to 200. Now I did a longer run this morning, and I was the same weight after the run as before the run, which is good because I was drinking lots of water and hydration during the run. But it's promising. And what you'll find, especially when you start cutting your carbs, is some water will be getting out of your system with some electrolytes. So it's important you replenish water and electrolytes. And I'll do a video on the Noon electrolyte tablets that I like to use on a subsequent video. But the good news is here I dipped down to the 200 mark, and my goal is 187. And it's probably going to pop back up somewhere in the mid-range tomorrow or the next day. But if I keep working on this, what we're going to see is a bit of that kind of fluctuation, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So maybe next week or the week after, we'll see this drop down into the 197 range, and then back up to 198, 200, and then down to the next level. So we're going to be seeing this week after week 1 to 2 pounds of average net loss as I progress. Maybe 1 pound would be reasonable. and I only want to lose 13 more pounds. But it becomes more difficult because I've already lost 32 pounds last year. So now it's really getting fit and getting in great shape. Just kind of finished the job basically for me. So depending on where you're at, you might just have to lose some weight just to get in better shape right now. You might be a little bit out of shape like me and want to get in better shape and just get toned and fit and kind of in the best fitness of your life. And so that's a totally different ballgame and the approach. And I'll be sharing that with you here because now I'm in phase 2 of this weight loss and my physical activity. So thanks for joining me today, you guys. I'm going to continue sharing with you my journey. I'll be posting on YouTube. If you want to get my book, The 100-Day Diet, it's on Amazon. I'll put a link below. If I do mention products here in the videos, I'll put a link in the show notes. And if you want a 15-minute consultation, you do have to pre-qualify by answering a few basic questions. And if you're a good candidate, we'll set up a call. I do all the coaching, and we'll do a free 15-minute just to introduce. I just want to introduce myself to you, and then for you to get to know whether I can help you with getting fit and losing weight. So thanks for joining me today, and have a wonderful day. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.